Please help me welcome contestant number 2, Mark Skipper. I didn't wet the bed. I didn't wet the bed. Mark Skipper.
Have you ever had a family member give you advice? You didn't take it and wish you had? Well, that happened to me when I was 8 years old. My mom gave me a number of opportunities with good advice that I didn't take. So over the next few moments, I'm going to share with you that story about not taking advice. Mr. Toastmaster members and guests. So every year, my family would jump into the car and head down to Marianna, Arkansas to visit my grandparents who were called Big Mama and Big Daddy. My parents were in the front, my little sister, who I call the Jackrabbit, we were all head down to Arkansas. Soon as you crossed the borderline, the temperature would rise to over 250 degrees. I knew we were at their house because my dad made a quick left and we heard the tires going over the gravel driveway. We all popped out. We were pretty excited. We're finally at Big Mama and Big Daddy's. Now you might be asking the question, why would you call your grandparents Big Mama and Big Daddy? Well, let me tell you. My grandparents had 18 kids. Anybody that can have 18 kids can be called whatever the heck they want to be called. So we were excited and we started going into the house. Our aunts and uncles and cousins also started to go in as well. Now, my grandparents, their house only had 4 rooms in it. 2 bedrooms, a living room, and a kitchen. Well, the kids, we were all in the kitchen having a great time, and we were in there just popping down those great cups of Kool-Aid. My mom, she walked into the room, and she caught my eye, and you could tell she was saying, you better be careful. And then out of nowhere, my little sister, the Jackrabbit, popped out from behind my mother's leg and said, Mark's gonna wet the bed. I popped up, stuck my chest out and said, I'm not a 6-year-old little baby like you. I'm a 7-year-old man. Then I sat back down and went back to popping those great Kool-Aid drinks. I might have to be honest with you, that if I had been in a bar at that time, they would have stopped me about 10 cups ago. So about 30 minutes later, my mom comes back into the room. And by this time, she says, okay, everybody, I have some sleeping arrangements for us, for those of you that are going to be staying here tonight. Maureen, you and I are going to be staying with Mama. Mark, you're going to be staying tonight with Big Daddy. I was so excited that I was going to get to stay with my Big Daddy. And my mom looked at me and said, but before you go to bed, I want you to go to the bathroom. Now, remember what I said earlier. There were only 4 rooms in that house. 2 bedrooms, a living room, and a kitchen. Now, once, did you hear me say, there was a bathroom? You see, down south, they had these things that were called outhouses. You know what I mean. It's in the backyard, a little wooden shack. You have to slide in like that because it's so skinny. Cobwebs are everywhere, and there's a little round circle that you actually sit on that had a peculiar fragrance to it. I thought about all this in my mind, and I said, Mom, I think I'm okay. I don't need to go to the bathroom. I shot out and jumped in the bed. Well, out of nowhere, I heard the alarm go off. See, down in the country, that's how they wake up. The rooster goes off. So I woke up. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm looking forward to eating those bacon and eggs, right? And my hand is on the bed. And I notice that on my left side, it's a little moist. And the first thing I thought, Big Daddy. But I also noticed it was a little moist on the right side of me as well. I said, oh no, I wet the bed. So my mom came in. She said, Mark, what's the problem? I said, Mom, and I couldn't tell my mom that I wet the bed. She told me to go to the outhouse and I didn't go. So what did I do? I said, Mom, I didn't wet the bed. I sweated the bed. 2 times, she gave me fantastic advice. I don't know what it is about family members that we don't want to take their advice, but here's my advice to you. If a spouse or a relative of a parent gives you some advice, maybe take a moment, listen to it, and think, does it make sense to possibly do that? Because if you don't, what could happen, out of nowhere, the little jackrabbit might pop out and say, you wet the bed, Mr. Toastmaster.